Could Diddy receive a presidential pardon? Uh-oh. Hi, I'm Melba Pearson, also known as the Resident Legal Diva, and I'm back with another Daily Diddy. I brought you trial updates all the way through until we got the shocking verdict where the jury came back with a guilty verdict on 2 counts of transportation for purposes of prostitution. Each count carries a maximum of 10 years, exposing Diddy to a maximum of 20 years in prison. But the jury came back not guilty on the racketeering charges as well as the human trafficking, sex trafficking charges. So, defense for Diddy went ahead and filed another motion asking the judge to release Diddy on bail in the amount of $50 million so that he can basically hang out at home, chill, and not be in jail until his sentencing in October. The judge denied that. Also, the defense further filed a motion saying that they want the conviction to be overturned. Obviously, they're going to file an appeal to a higher court and see how that plays out. But they're saying that the fact that he was convicted under the Mann Act, which is the act that prohibits you from moving people across state lines for the purposes of prostitution, they claim that this is basically a racially motivated type charge, that Diddy was the only person ever convicted of the Mann Act, which I gotta double check that source because I did not actually see their motion. This is just based on reporting. If they actually said that, that's wrong, because that's actually literally not true. However, the racial component, I understand where they're going with that, because the Mann Act was formerly known as the White Slavery Act, right? So right in the title there, you already kind of see what time it is in terms of the motivation. So the Mann Act, formerly known as the White Slave Traffic Act, was used to convict people like Jack Johnson, who was a black boxer back in 1913. And again, a lot of people viewed that case as racially motivated. Chuck Berry, the singer, also was convicted in 1962 with regards to transporting a minor across state lines. More recently, you have Tony Alamo, who was the founder of a religious cult, and he was convicted in 2008 for various Mann Act violations. You have Ghislaine Maxwell, who we can't stop talking about because of Epstein. She got basically convicted on Mann Act charges. So hopefully that's not what they wrote, because that would be hella inaccurate. But the reality is, the charges were part of a broader indictment, right? So it wasn't just that they charged him with Mann Act and that was it. It was racketeering. It was a whole lot of other things. The jury just came back not guilty. So now word is coming basically low-key from the White House that the president is strongly considering giving Diddy a pardon once his sentence has been announced in October. Now, it is completely within the president's power to do so because this is a federal charge, so a presidential pardon is something that could happen. Diddy and the president were friends back in the day. They split, obviously, in terms of Diddy endorsed Biden, that sort of thing, but they had been cool and hanging out with each other for a long time. So the likelihood of him getting a pardon, it's kind of high, and I would not be surprised if by the end of this year, Diddy receives a pardon for this. Rightfully or wrongfully so, whole different issue, but at the end of the day, we still need to support survivors and women who are in domestic violence situations. Be back.